Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Battle Across Time set featuring Grimlock and Mirage. And if you're like, where's Mirage? Well, you know, his whole thing is turning invisible, so I'm sure he'll show up sooner or later. But to get right into it, guys, we are taking a look at Grimlock to begin with. And I thought, what better shot than, you know, just to show him with the whole herd of Dinobots that we have received through Kingdom, which obviously, as you can see, there is no shortage. I really do like this iteration of Grimlock. Now, granted, I do prefer my Grimlocks in general to be more T-Rex-like. He is actually an awesome recolor of the Beast Wars Dinobot. But I do love the fact that they have he has a pupil like Dinobot. And, you know, in tradition, that's not the first time we've ever seen a Dinobot recolor. Back in Beast Wars, when they had that iteration of Dinobot, or I'm sorry, Grimlock, he had more of like a Dalmatian pattern. So this Kingdom version is not necessarily homaging that completely, which I'm down with. So in other words, basically the precedent was set for us. And I think it's up to you whether you're totally down with him being a raptor or not. But again, for me personally, I'm okay with it. See, I told you Mirage would show up at some point or another, and he brought himself with himself. However, this does give us quite the rare opportunity to see the differences. Now, if you guys look at the wing on the front of the car, you can obviously see there is a great difference there. And if you look at the front axles, even that detailing has changed and been added to, ironically. Now, one of the things that you will see on this guy that is not present on the Siege one is they went ahead and remolded in the 5mm weapon ports down here, because as you can see with the air dams, those have dramatically been changed as well. Now, this is not only, this part is smaller than on the Siege one, but as you can see, here's where the arms originally were, but since this whole area is now been remolded, they moved it further up to actually match that traditional F1 race car deal. Now, obviously, a lot of people that have looked at these have seen that the wheels, despite the color differences, they're the same on the car. But akin to, again, more of those changes, you can see this is more what a real F1 race car looks like instead of the faux, well, actually, it's actually the real chest that's meant to be this, as we discussed in his video. Why don't we see how this guy scales with himself in robot mode? And so here we have actually both of our guys in robot mode. And I think clearly between the two of them, personally, I think Grim is killing it a little bit more than Mirage. So with that being said, we'll come back to Grim, because Mirage, he's almost perfect. But do you guys notice one key difference between both these versions? Yeah, the thing that is iconic about Mirage is his ability to have his rocket launcher on his right shoulder. And that was because on the Siege version you had the combat ports on both the right and the left, but due to the redesigned shoulders, he can't sport an iconic feature of his. That being said though, I think I do enjoy finally having a Mirage that is more true to the animation model, and it's really cool because this is the only Mirage that I currently have that is also correctly colored. As you can see, this was the undercover version. So, while most people would show him with Optimus Prime and Trailbreaker and such, you know me, I love to do things a little bit differently on this channel. Plus the fact that I'm sticking him in front of two guys that are rocking reds, browns, and yellows, oranges, while he's rocking primarily blue and white and stands out in stark contrast. So, there is a certain reason to my madness, which I gotta say that even though he is dynamically opposed as far as colors go, he doesn't even look bad with these guys. And looking righteously resplendent as a king should be. Oh, me king! Especially since he's just essentially just robbing Dinobot's great characteristics from this mold. Which, speaking of, here he is with Dinobots, and you can see that, yeah, they are looking pretty awesome for these predatory masters. Now, because this is just tradition, here they are with the other Grimlock / Dinobot. But some of the most interesting features about Grimlock is actually Grimlock's head sculpt, which as you can see, he's rocking some pretty cool green eyes. Now this would be kind of an interesting matchup because while Black Ragnia is very fast and quick and, you know, able to move around the battlefield because of, you know, her acrobatic legendary ability, the thing is for her to go up against somebody like Grimlock, who's experienced with centuries of combat and now who himself is in a very fast, very durable body, that would be kind of an interesting matchup, to be honest. However, with these being as good of molds as they are, I'm not surprised that it looks as good as it does. So guys, I think that this Battle Across Time set is really awesome. It's on par, if not better than the Sideswipe / Skywarp one. But if we were to look at these molds, I think that the Autobots, while they're good, they're cartoon accurate, the stronger pieces of these sets are the reuses of the Beast Wars molds because it is just so unique and something that maybe has a little bit of a mystique or allure to it. However, I hope you guys enjoyed the look at the Battle Across Time set featuring Grimlock and Mirage, and until next time guys, we'll see you in another episode.